Rolling.
Hi everyone, I am here with our Christmas story for tonight. Let's see here, let's start with our event calendar. For December 17th, core apples, fill centers with butter, cinnamon, and brown sugar. Bake at 375 for 40 minutes. Top with vanilla ice cream. Yum. I just used all my brown sugar making sweet potatoes today. First time I've ever tried to do that, by the way. I got the cinnamon, and I got the butter, and I got the apples, but I don't got the vanilla ice cream. So I can't do that right now. Huh? Oh, that's right. We had to throw the rest of the apples out because they were starting to go bad. They go bad so fast. But if you guys got that stuff, there's a little trick for you. Be like a kind of like a fast and easy apple kind of pie thing. All right. Here's a picture. Is this the one I'm on? Yeah. Visit from the Three Kings. And here's the picture. And it is by Myra Fernandez from Long Beach, California. I think there's a lot of Spanish words in this, so bear with me. If I pronounce them wrong, I apologize. My Spanish, I used to know a little bit of Spanish because I took it in school, but not hardly any do I remember. I know a couple callers, and I know the numbers 0 through 10. I don't know, and I know a few other words, but that's about it. Okay, how a little immigrant girl made peace with Santa Claus. Let's see what that has to do with the three wise men. What's a Santa Claus? I asked the English language, among so much else brand new to me. My siblings and cousins and their friends stopped their conversation, looked at one another, and all laughed at once. We were in New York City, and my godmother's fifth-floor apartment on 160th Street, talking about Christmas. I was almost 8 and had just arrived in the United States, joining my mother, older brother, and sister after a long separation. I was nervous about being so far away from the Three Kings this holiday season. They always knew where to find me back in the Dominican Republic, bringing presents on January 6th, their feast day. See, I've never even heard of that. Pablo, my grandmother's son, showed me a picture of a man with a huge belly and a long white beard, dressed in a red suit. That's Santa Claus. He brings the gifts. I felt as if I'd landed in a different world. What happened to the Three Kings? Los Tres Rey Magos? I asked, my chin starting to quiver. I don't know, my brother Ray responded. Here it's Santa Claus. How could this old man in a red suit replace the Three Kings with their crowns and jewels and camels because of their gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh to the baby Jesus? We children got gifts today. It was in the Bible. Does this Santa go by camel? I asked. More laughter. No, Tanta. He uses a sleigh to glide across the snow. I came from a tropical island. I'd never seen snow. A sleigh? It's pulled by reindeer, my cousin Delphina exclaimed. And they all have names. Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, Vixen. What about Balthazar, Melchior, and Caspar? Every Dominican child knew of the Middle Eastern princes, astronomers, who followed a star that shone in the east and guided them to Bethlehem. Santa's story got even stranger. He and Mrs. Claus lived at the North Pole, spending all year making gifts with their elves. This was unforgivable. I tried to win the group over with my knowledge of the true story, which was so close to my heart. Balthazar, a man of dark complexion, according to St. Bede, who never actually met him, but knew this detail in the way the saints know things, brought the myrrh, which prefigured the death of Jesus. I'd learned prefigured from Suor Emilia in Catechumen for my first communion. My name, Mayra, came from the Latin word for myrrh. I was intrinsically connected to King Balthasar, I explained. Caspar often portrayed a young, beardless man. I imagined that Joseph and Mary remembered his face and described him to John the Apostle, who had somebody else, brought gold to symbolize Jesus' kingship, that he was the rightful heir to King David's throne. Frankincense was Melchizedek's contribution. It symbolized Jesus' divinity. Jesus was human and divine and our Savior. The three kings represented all three, and us. Los Reyes Magos son o Simbolio. I finished a symbol. What did Santa Claus represent? What did he have to do with Jesus? How could the Americanos allow such a story? I couldn't forgive the members of my own family for forgetting their traditions from back home. Nobody could answer my question. Even the adults became tired of my pestering and reminded me that children should be seen and not heard. The 11th commandment of child rearing in my time. For a while I'd look at the night sky at bedtime and nurse my grievances. The Star of Bethlehem, the three kings followed, had led me to a love of stars and to a love for the Creator who made the stars shine for me. Not that I could not see many stars in New York, the city that never slept. I would not rest until I got answers. Finally, I went to the library to do my own research. I found out that St. Nicholas, the original Santa Claus, was a bishop, a man of faith who lived his life in devotion to Christ. He always pointed to Jesus as the heart of Christmas. He cared for the needy and loved kids. I liked that, since I was a kid living in one of the poorest barrios of New York City, a place of the very, very needy. There was even an avenue named St. Nicholas, not far from my grandmother's home. And it turned out that St. Nicholas' feast day was on my birthday, December 6th. Not only that, but he was also the Bishop of Myra, and in what is today Turkey. Myra, so similar to my name. Could I forgive my siblings and cousins for forgetting about Los Tres Reyes Magos? Yes, my new knowledge freed me from judgment, but I would forever honor my tradition. When I grew up and had children of my own, I made sure that Santa came to visit on Christmas Eve, and the kids also got presents on January 6th. This way, I was able to take advantage of the post-Christmas sales. We put out milk and cookies for Santa and had a cake on the Three Kings Day. Nobody complained. All those years ago, in my newly adopted country, I had looked up at the night sky on Christmas Eve. Not even a single star was visible. I felt sad and lonely for the DR on my first American Christmas. Then I saw them. I know I saw them. The three kings riding on their camels. They had followed me from my tropical island to Manhattan to be reunited with my family. Soon we would all become citizens. I would learn the English language, and I would come to enjoy the visits by this gordito old man dressed in red. And that was the story of an 8-year-old little girl. And it's got over here, the joy of serenity. It's got Mary holding baby Jesus. From Silent Night, all is calm, all is bright. Beautiful. And there's a picture of little Myra and her family. Alright guys, I hope you guys enjoyed tonight's Christmas story and the advent calendar little recipe for tonight. And God willing, we'll see you guys again tomorrow with another Christmas story. Let's bring those souls to Jesus. Good night, guys.